Hello and welcome to Small Cap Nation. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. And with me today, Simon Gluck, the founder and managing partner of Range Capital Partners. So
Hi.
welcome. Tell me about Range Capital Partners. What do you do?
So Range is a real estate related private equity platform that was really founded to allow large institutional investors and family offices to get a bit more direct with their investing as it relates to real estate. So think of it more of an outsourced solution for private equity related investing in real estate.
Okay, so walk me through the process. So a family office comes to you and says, we would like to invest in Miami or
Right.
beachfront real estate. Okay, so how does that whole process
So
work?
that's a good question. So basically, it's kind of a little bit of both. So what I do is I really look for a certain type of profile of family office that has set up their investment team, because really what I want is investment partners, not
Okay.
investors. So, I think one of the things that is of a big appetite right now is a much more collaborative approach. Because as you can imagine, if a family or institution has built up this infrastructure to do their own investing, they really want to be part of the process. And where I think there was a hole in the market is that you have specialty operators that are coming to these investors saying, hi, you should be investing in, as your example, Miami, because this is what I do and I'm the best at it.
Okay.
But I don't think that there are sponsors like Range Capital that really try to create a private equity approach by gearing towards where you should be invested. Because taking a step back, one of the reasons why you would invest in a private equity fund is because you're investing with the expertise of a manager that's really gearing to where they believe the opportunities are that are presenting themselves. Because as you know, markets change, asset classes change,
Sure.
Opportunities change. So I think that was really what Range was formed to do, was to be a private equity partner for this type of investor to really, present an investment thesis over time, to recognize where we want to be invested and where we don't want to be invested. And one of the things that's a bit different is that we don't have to invest.
Okay.
So we really want to wait for our pitch.
Wait for the right moment.
Wait for the right moment, exactly, and take the opportunities as they come.
Okay. Now you mentioned you're looking for a partner, not really an investor. What kind of person is particularly well suited for Range Capital?
So, we currently manage capital on behalf of some very large, what I would call institutional family offices. And I love it because not only do they bring great capital and ability to deploy capital, but they bring intellectual capital, very smart teams, ideas, and I think that kind of combination is a really effective way to get invested over time. And the business is really not geared towards, okay, we're going to take a quick hit. If we can do that and make good profit, we will. But it's really an accumulation strategy over time, because I think that's where you're going to start to outperform real estate investing, is when you accumulate assets, you have a focus, and over time you wait for your opportunities in that focus to manifest themselves, and then you take profits when you can.
And this is probably a nice, if they're in the stock market or in other assets, they've got a hard asset in real estate, an income-paying asset,
Sure.
Tax breaks. I mean, you've got all those things that you have with real estate. So
That's right.
well.
So that's another, I think, advantage of getting in partnership with this profile of investor, is that there's not a real need to convince that you should be investing in real estate. It's a very good asset class.
Okay.
Like you just said, there's income if you're investing in existing real estate. You do get tax benefits through depreciation. Again, it's geared towards ownership over a long period of time, where you can really harvest capital. So it's great.
So you founded the company 2 years ago.
Yes.
So take me, how's it been for the 2 years? How have you grown?
you.
What's been your success? What's been your challenges?
Well, I would say the thesis has played out.
Okay.
So I'm very happy with the fact that I saw this opportunity in the market. There was definitely an appetite amongst this investor profile to be situated with a platform of what I've been doing. In starting the business a couple of years ago, looking at where real estate cycles are and value appreciation and different types of food groups, I decided to focus on industrial real estate to start mostly on the West Coast.
Okay.
It's an asset class that I think is very well insulated from a lot of the technology pressure that you're finding right now. that's having an effect on asset classes like retail and office. And it's really the backbone of corporate America. So we stick to a very strict discipline about buying in infill markets where there's not a big threat of new development. And this is very necessary commercial real estate. And so far it's played out very well for us. We've seen great appreciation in what we've acquired so far. And as I said earlier, the thing about the business model is that we don't have to get money out tomorrow.
Right.
So we've been very patient in waiting for our pitch. And in any market, in markets like this where you could argue valuations are very high, and then even for industrial, if someone was watching this, they would say, well, industrial trades at a 4 cap, and how are you doing that? Well, part of that is that you have to wait for the opportunity, and what happens is that they present themselves because either sellers go to market and they pool assets together that shouldn't be sold together, or processes get stalled, things fall off the rim. And if you're situated in an asset class and a geography, you can take advantage of those, and that's what we've been able to do.
So how does somebody find out more about your company?
That's a good question. Well, it's a good question. I think that, to date what we have done, we have selectively targeted a certain profile of investor because, I do think that not only is this collaborative approach something that has worked well, but I do think that one other thing is missing is that this profile investor, I do think, likes to be invested alongside similar type of profile. One of the things that I believe is missing right now is when they see opportunities and maybe they're syndicated amongst 25 investors and they not know 24 of them. And so we really try to look for what I would say is a family office that obviously has a bias to want to be invested in real estate. They have a team, because the thing about our approach is that it's very, as I said, collaborative. So we want people that want to work, they want to get underneath the underwriting, they want to be a part of the process. And so I do think that that kind of investor needs to want to be able to sign up to do that. And other than that, you can go on our website and you can find me.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Simon Glenn, for joining us today, a founder and managing partner of Range Capital Partners. And thank you as well for joining us. For more information, you can go to smallcapnation.com.